Starting with the main event, Holly Holm coming in at minus 140 against Mayra Bueno Silva, who is sitting at plus 140. This is a bantamweight bout in the main event. Over under 4.5 rounds, minus 175 for the over, plus 175 for the under. Odds are presented by BetOpenly, as always. That's why you see those lines sitting at minus 140, plus 140. There's no house, so you're just going off of 1% juice. That's why you can get those odds. But 41 years old for Holly Holm and 31 years old for Mayra Bueno Silva. She was an ex-125er coming up to 135 in her past few fights. She's looked pretty dang good. Bantamweight division isn't anything crazy as far as depth goes. Holly Holm's been around the top for a very long time, coming off the win against Yana Santos, which, kind of is what it is at this point. Yana Santos isn't like anything too crazy. She did have the split decision loss to Ketlin Vieira, which was pretty controversial. And if that one goes her way, she's on a 4-fight win streak, her only loss being to Amanda Nunes in 2019. But she's not that active. She's 41 years old. Apparently, she just signed a big contract with the UFC, so she's going to be around for, I think it was, a 6-fight contract or something? Maybe.
It was something big, yeah.
It might have been 8 fights or something like that. So she's going to be around for a while. And I don't know. 41 years old, like how much longer can you really go? For Mayra Bueno Silva, she's trains out of Shoot to Box, but it looks like her camp for this one has been taking place at American Top Team in the States. So I don't know if that takes if you want to take that into account or not. The Shoot to Box fighters have been on fire as of recently, but she's on a 3-fight win streak. She just got the knee bar against Lena Landsberg, first round arm bar against Stephanie Egger, and a decision win to Wu Yanan. And she's undefeated at 135 in the UFC. So maybe it might be her weight class that she could go and take over. She's obviously a big finisher on the ground. She's got 7 submission wins. And on the feet, she's fairly aggressive. She's never been finished. I look at this one like I kind of just say dog or pass. Like at this point, it's a women's main event. It's 5 rounds. Holly Holm is like at some point she's gonna have to fade, right? Like she's kind of gone somewhat of a boring fighting style as she's gotten older. Just not as explosive. She'll go to the wrestling sometimes, but if she goes to the wrestling in this one, like Bueno Silva's got some pretty nasty jiu-jitsu, so I don't know if she really wants to do that. I'm gonna lean with the dog in this one. I just don't really think I could get behind chalk on Holly Holm. But what are you thinking?
Yeah, for the pick, man, I got to go with Holly, but I'm not going to be betting this fight. I just don't see I don't see a place where I'd be comfortable laying money on this fight because of reasons, you kind of mentioned. But Bueno Silva hasn't fought anybody at, Holly Holm's caliber. Yeah, she fought Ferro and Montana De La Rosa, probably her 2 best, fighters as far as competition goes. And, the decision against Yanan's kind of doesn't age very well because Yanan's like 1-5 in her UFC career, couldn't put her out. She does have good jiu-jitsu though. And in Holly's last fight, taking the thing to the ground against Yana Santos and kind of dominating on top, I don't think she's going to want the fight there. I think if we see Holly win, it's going to be her fighting from the outside, kind of engaging in and out with Bueno Silva in the first couple of rounds and just hoping she kind of gasses. Bueno Silva is a pretty stocky chick for this division. She's really strong. Her cardio doesn't seem like it's, phenomenal. It doesn't seem like it's bad from what we've seen, I guess. But against a fighter like Holly, who's so experienced, she knows how to beat these girls. She's got great striking. She can grapple. Anywhere this fight goes, Holly's going to be competent and she's going to be good. So I just think there's too many unknowns against Bueno Silva at this level. And I don't know if Holly Holm is ever going to slow down because if she did, I thought it'd be in her last fight against Santos. She didn't show any signs of it whatsoever. Yeah, man, she seems like she's just kind of coasting at the end of this career. If it is the end, I guess it's kind of, second half of her career, but she doesn't show any signs of calling it quits. So, yeah, I think she just kind of coasts around for a decision victory here. I don't see her doing anything spectacular, and I don't see her getting herself in any bad situations either.
The win against Aldana she has back in 2020 ages pretty well. But her kryptonite, Holly Holm's kryptonite, has been Brazilians. She's 1-3 in her UFC career against Brazilians. So
true.
Losses to Ketlin Vieira, Amanda Nunes, Chris Cyborg, her only win against Beth Cojeda in 2017. And maybe Bueno Silva can take that out. But I would think in this line that the betting line is factoring in the age of Holly Holm, because something tells me like she should probably be a little bit bigger of a favorite just based off of like the experience. But maybe the books are like, yeah, we're not gonna chalk her up too much because of her age. And Bueno Silva has been fairly respected by the books in her career. Last time out, she was minus 500 against Lena Landsberg. Almost a pure pick 'em against Stephanie Egger, who was pretty good, but then just got knee barred by was it the Russian Ronda or whatever?
Yeah.
And then a big favorite against Wu Yanan. So yeah, just personally, it's a dog or pass, like as we've seen with women's MMA as of recently.
Yeah. I just don't see her going 5 rounds with Holly. I don't know. That's a long time to be in there with a technical fighter like that, who's so good at distance management. She's good at keeping the fight where she wants. And, she pushes a pace at times. I think she could kind of break Silva down, but we'll see. It's interesting. Not a fight I'm begging to throw my money on, but it is interesting.
Yeah. You could always live bet it too, because Bueno Silva is big finisher as far as early on in the fight. So